World Cup. That's why we got my man.
That's why I'm here.
The biggest sporting event in the world.
The biggest sporting event in the world. No, it's not the World Series. No, it's not the NBA championship. And no, not the Super Bowl. So I'll let you guys take over and discuss the World Cup. Hey, let's hear your comments, guys.
Yeah, let's see what you guys got to say.
Are in the World Cup. No.
I mean, let's just, we're not going to go too long about the World Cup. We're only going to do probably 10 minutes.
Because I can go
I know Dad can go forever, but me and my dad really can't. Let's just start with, what do you think?
No, you got to break it down, man.
Break it down. Go ahead, break it down.
All right, so for those of you that may not know or are new, the World Cup is in Russia this year. It only happens every 4 years. So 2018, it is 32 teams that are entered in 8 groups of 4. So 8 times 4, 32 teams. And after that, each team in each group plays each other. There's 3 games guaranteed. After that, then it goes down to 16 teams in the round of 16. The loser of one group plays the winner of another group, so on and so forth. And then it goes down half the teams from there, so 32 to 16.
2 teams per group.
Yeah, so the top 2 teams in each group. And then from there it goes 32 to 16, 16 to 8, 8 to 4 until you get to the final. Basically, this year is a crazy World Cup because there's a lot of big names that haven't made it. There's Netherlands, who
did not make it.
Did not even qualify.
Huge team in Europe.
The Netherlands,
Italy was a huge team.
Everybody knows
that.
The U.S. Everybody knows.
No U.S. No Italy. No.
I could get going and going on the U.S. not making.
Italy and USA.
And then no Chile, which is also another big team down in South America.
Because they were beating up on.
Yeah, they were actually up there. But the U.S. not making it is one of the biggest things that this country could not want for soccer as a sport because
it hurts the U.S.
Because soccer was on such a rise, literally going up and up and up and up, and like the
last World Cup,
especially
because they played well,
taking it to the overtime game and everything, and then just not qualifying at all. Poor Pulisic, who's a young player on the come up, isn't going to even make it to the World Cup at
crazy.
At what age? 19, I think he is, maybe 20 now, 18. I don't know how old Christian Pulisic is, but it would have been huge for him to make the World Cup, and now they're not in it. It's terrible for the country, and they're obviously going to take a relapse and try to fix some things, and they'll probably be in it in another 4 years. But basically, that's like.
Let's talk about some surprise teams that are in. Who are the surprise teams from what I look at?
That's huge.
I see Iran in there.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that sticks out to me.
There's Iran. You got Saudi Arabia this year. Morocco. Who else we got in there?
Korea,
Senegal, Iceland. This is Iceland's first World Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
They had a great Euro in 2016, which is a European competition for the countries, and they did great. Everybody might be familiar with the clap, the Icelandic clap, the Viking clap. Is that what they call it? Yeah, the Viking clap. Those Icelanders.
Who won the last World Cup?
Germany. That's Germany.
Germany. They're the team to beat this year.
They're probably the most well-rounded team.
Are they the best?
Probably the most well-rounded team.
Germany.
I wouldn't give them the best at anything.
Iceland will be fun to watch.
Maybe midfield.
You would pick them as a favorite.
I
the best midfield.
Obviously am going for Spain. All right, just saying.
I would too. Spain they won the one before Germany in 2010. Spain won. They had an older team last World Cup, but this year they
got some Spain in my blood. That's all I'm saying.
Spain this year, they have a good chance. They have much younger players.
They're a dangerous team this year.
Dangerous team, Spain. Portugal right next to Spain.
That's big.
That's another big.
Those two being in the same group like that.
Yeah, they're like brothers.
They're right next to each other. You got Ronaldo on Portugal versus
his own teammate.
Basically half of his team.
Is Ronaldo from Spain? Oh, he plays from Spain.
He plays in Spain.
He plays in Real Madrid, but he's from Portugal.
Right.
Wow.
So he's going to be going against a bunch of his teammates. And
I heard Nigeria is really good.
Nigeria is
like a sleeper.
Is one of the sleepers you could probably pick in this World Cup. A lot of people I've been seeing going around Senegal.
Yes, Senegal. I looked at that name right now. I'm like, who's Senegal? What is that?
But with their group you got looking around, they have
a country.
All they have to worry about really is Colombia.
It's in Africa.
It's in Africa.
All they really have to worry about is Colombia, really, in that group. Japan's never really good.
Poland's got a couple good players, but they're nothing really unbelievable.
Nigeria is good, but tough to pick them. So
I've never really seen Panama.
Egypt is in it.
Panama, I don't think is usually.
Panama's been in there. Absolutely.
I think Panama's made it
Yeah.
once before, but
I
I don't
believe
know
so.
if they're not like.
But they're not good.
regular. Because
So
normally
they're not
the US,
regular.
Normally the US.
Because that's
would be in
the
that spot.
U.S. would be in that spot.
That's Mario Rivera. That's his, that's his team right there.
U.S. would usually be in the Panama
And that
spot.
one, okay.
So that's
And
where.
Group G. Panama. France is always a tough team too.
The U.S. just tied France yesterday.
The
They
France-
played yesterday. The U.S. tied them 1-1.
What they,
France
they
is really
played in
good.
what?
They played just a friendly before the World Cup.
Oh,
It's
that's-
the same team. France put out their starting team, and the U.S. tied them 1-1.
That's frustrating.
And France is a
really
favorite. France is a favorite in this World Cup. So it's big for the U.S. and really bad for France.
Like going in.
That's not what France wanted at going into the World Cup, but they're still a dominant player. They have players like Pogba, Griezmann. These are big names that are making hundreds of $1 million. Like, these guys dominate the field, and they're all on the same team, the same country. France has probably the best player per position, pound for pound, from
France.
forward to goalkeeper.
France.
Best team.
But do they play the best together? Do they play like Germany?
That's the thing. They don't. Germany works very well together.
Who would be the
100%.
best coach? Who has the top coach? In this.
I would
Germany.
I would pick Germany. The Germans coach is a very disciplined coach, and even though he's a filthy guy, I don't think he showered in like 8 years or something. Picks his nose, and you catch him all over the camera doing that stuff. He is a great coach. He has the team organized well, and
They played really well together.
they
As
blend
you
well
can see,
together.
Donald Trump likes Russia. That's what Who said that?
I don't even
John
think,
Berkeley's comment.
I don't even think Russia makes it out of the group stage this year, man.
No?
Being the host,
They're not good.
normally the host will make it out of the group stage. But if you look at their group,
They have to worry about Egypt.
and Egypt
Uruguay.
has
But Russia's
the best player.
But
from last
Russia's
season.
the home team, so
Yeah.
they'll have the support. Like
So
no.
either
And if they don't
Egypt
make
or,
it, that's- if they don't make
Uruguay
it-
or is not going to make it. And
Mhm. And Uruguay will make it.
Steven
Uruguay got to make
Steven
it.
loves your passion for soccer. He says.
Hey man, I appreciate that. I could
That's his
talk for
sport. He
days.
talks about it forever. That's why we brought him.
and we
in.
haven't even talked about a team like
That's-
Argentina, who has Messi.
Messi, I mean, you get.
And they have.
Let's go
one
with
of
it. What's
the
your,
best
what's your thought on
attacking.
Argentina and Messi? Obviously, Messi being one of the best players.
If I'm not mistaken, they have one of the best attacking teams.
who is
Just-
your
just up
who's your
front.
favorite team?
I have two that I have picked.
Yes, big Mexico.
I'm Mexican. For those of you guys that don't know anywhere,
You're
I am Mexican.
Mexican?
I'm half Mexican. I'm half British.
Mexican.
I'm half Mexican, half British. My mom's from England. Dad's from Mexico. I root for both teams because we're both in the World
Mexico
Cup.
and who?
England.
He's
So
English,
those
too.
aren't the ones that necessarily I pick to
Well,
win.
Mexico's and Germany's group.
Yes, and they play on Sunday.
But my two teams I think are really going to compete is I'm going to say Argentina, because I would love to be able to live in an era where I see Lionel Messi win a World Cup, because that's going to give him the edge over Ronaldo that everybody throws the debate in.
Okay.
Who's better? Who's
So that's a
better.
big
And that's the
debate.
Michael
that's a
Jordan,
big
that's
Michael
LeBron
Jordan
James.
conversation.
And they're both playing at the same time.
Yeah.
If that's not the craziest thing.
And that is.
Yeah.
And who would you consider the best player? Who is your?
The past two seasons,
It's been
it's
Ronaldo.
kind of hard not to say Ronaldo because of what he's done.
But
if
he's
you look-
younger, isn't he?
He's older. Ronaldo's
Oh,
older.
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo's
By like
older.
2 years. By like
Yes.
2 years, I think.
And he's playing better than Messi. It's hard.
But if you look in a career span and what they've done throughout their Messi,
Messi's
I
had
think
a
has
better career.
more necessarily of the numbers.
Because the last couple of years, Ronaldo's been winning the
Interesting.
club championships.
Yeah.
John Merck, Argentina ran into Bastian Schweinsteiger. What is that?
That's one of the German players.
That's one of those, oh, okay. He messed Messi up, laughing out loud. He says.
Germany was a team that was just
Yeah, they were tough team.
last World
That was
Cup.
a dynasty.
they
Who
were
was the
on
team to beat in the last World Cup? It wasn't Germany.
Spain had won the
The
2010,
previous one, so
and
they were
everyone
coming
thought
in.
they were going to do really good.
That's what I had heard.
but
they were
they
older.
didn't even make it out of group stage.
Right, they didn't even make it.
They
out
didn't
of
make it
group
out,
stage.
which was
so
huge.
they're coming back with
Some young players.
Some young
I mean, Spain's
revenge.
going to look. Spain is the other team that I picked. Because Spain has some young players in the midfield and in the defense. Their defense is solid, and I think they're really going to make an impact with the way that they play.
Mario says, "Wow, Messi looks older." That's what I thought. I thought Messi was the older one.
He's a
too.
more experienced man.
And
well
Chad
rounded
says
out. Yeah.
LeBron is going to sign as a free agent playing soccer. He'll be a goaltender
If I had to pick two teams, I would pick
because he doesn't like to shoot.
I would probably pick Argentina and France.
Argentina and France.
I'm not gonna pick Germany,
I'd
even though
say-
you can never bet against Germany. But
Listen, I just feel bad for all my Italian friends in New Jersey, New York, that have Italian restaurants, that love soccer,
Pizza shops.
and they're not even going to want to watch soccer. And that's all.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's just
it hurts the United
They
States.
all
That's
have
the same
one
thing in the US,
television
same
in
thing.
one television in there, and when the World Cup is on or anything Italian soccer, they're all watching it. They didn't even want to make your pizza.
It's legitimately the best sporting event in the world. Because I mean, if you watch the games in 2014,
Yeah,
everyone
it was a lot of
you
fun.
can watch every
The
game.
atmosphere that you feel when
It's,
you're watching.
yeah,
We-
it's another level.
We were in Mexico vacationing,
And
I
we were
remember,
watching it
and
like every
it was
game.
amazing how the interest.
You could watch every game.
Everybody was into it.
It's
all
everywhere.
the areas where you could
Yeah.
watch it. It was really fun to watch in Mexico. What was going on back then, and U.S. was in it, which made it a lot more fun as well. Yeah, it's just sad that the U.S. isn't in it. Italy's
bad.
not in it,
Yeah.
and the Netherlands. You're right; it's another big time soccer country.
Played well last year or
Yeah,
last World Cup. Keep saying last year.
I keep also looking down, and I am British, so it might be a little biased, but England has a team that is. So English club soccer in England is probably the best in the world, most competitive in the world. If you take it to England,
The Premier League.
the Premier League, yes, is what it's
That's
called.
what it's called.
Okay.
And a lot of the British players play in that division, and England maybe also have some of the best players on their team. They have Harry Kane, who is a world-renowned striker. He's unbelievable. They have a couple center backs that'll really shut it down. Like they're great players. They play well together. The only problem is England's midfield isn't necessarily as strong as you would want it to be, but they also struggle to play well together through the last 2 World Cups that they've been in, and they have a good coach now. So England's kind of on the fence. I've seen people put them in the quarterfinals and semifinals, and I've seen people have them lose in the group stage. So they're one of those that
Okay.
kind of toss back.
I can see them making it out.
Esteban asked
I can see him playing.
Brazil. They've
We
always
We haven't
been-
even talked about
I haven't
Brazil.
even mentioned.
They've been one of the countries. Obviously, soccer is huge. What's your thoughts on Brazil?
You want to go?
Brazil has one of the most
The third best player in the world.
The third best player in the world. And
Third
Neymar.
best player in the world.
They have just a great team overall. They have some of the fastest wingers.
Oh man, they got. You could go on for days with some of the players. They have
Yeah.
Coutinho, Willie, and Douglas.
They just have a great, well-rounded team, and it's sad that they were the host team last World Cup and how they
Well,
lost to
yeah.
Germany like that. But Neymar obviously got hurt, and they lost 7
And
to
Thiago
1.
Silva,
They lost
their
7
best
to
center
1.
back.
Yeah, that was
So they
unbelievable.
lost 2 players, and then they lost 7 to 1.
What's the? All right, so let's go here. Let's go. If you were to pick your final 4, who would those final 4 be?
I don't know how it's gonna all end
So
up.
what's gonna happen is that
John thinks, just so you know, that Brazil lacks chemistry, and they
I
ran
can see
into a
it.
brick
I can
wall.
see
of
it. I can
Germany.
see it. Not a lot of teams. There's not like a Brazil league like how
not like
Does a lot of
play
those?
together.
Does a lot of those Brazilians go to Europe and play?
they either Spain or England is like
the Brazilians.
Those
those are
the
two
best
top
Brazilians
leagues.
will end up in Europe.
Exactly.
Regardless.
That's
They'll
what
end
I
up
mean.
in Europe, and even
And that's
Messi
it.
and even Neymar, he's playing in France.
all the
So he's not even in
countries.
the top.
Well, the best players in South America, which is obviously Mexico and Argentina and all those,
Yeah.
they go to Europe and play
Yeah.
soccer.
So basically, what happens with the way it sets up is that the winner of A will play the loser of B. The winner of C will play the second place of D, and
Okay.
it kind of goes through like that. So like
Okay.
winner of A
So I can
plays
pick
second place of
two.
B.
So I can pick 4 from them and 4 or 2 from them and 2 from them.
No, because
It'll
it's
be
gonna
the
go,
two
it's gonna
of
go
each
like
group.
it's gonna go like winner of this plays second
Second,
place of this
right.
on this side, and then second place of this plays
First.
winner of this on this side. So like it's kind of hard to pick who would be your top 4. But what I kind of went through and said, and it is
So you pick
possible if
one
you
from
pull
here,
up a
one from here,
bracket.
one from here, one from here, basically.
Kind of like if you
Okay,
pull
so
up a
let's just
bracket,
do
you
that.
go
Let's just
with
pick up one from A, B, one from C, D, one from E, F, and one from G, H.
Just
that
kinda
way
just to go through like that.
That way we can pick.
Yeah,
we can pick 4 from them.
Obviously, my pick in the first 2 groups is Spain. Spain's going to probably dominate through all of those teams. If you had to pick through the 8 teams, you would go with Spain. It just seems to make the most sense to me.
So
Portugal
Spain?
has the better player, but they don't have the better team, much like Warriors, Cavs. I mean, it's just common sense.
And then
that
you
Spain will
have-
be able to beat them.
Group C's and D, and you have Argentina, France. That's a tough one. Those are both my
That's
picks.
a very tough one.
I could see Argentina just because they have Messi and they have a great attack, but I could also see France because they have a better,
I
well-rounded team.
hope for Argentina. I literally want Messi to just dominate the whole World Cup. I want him to score 10 goals in all competition and just go lights out, because that's what.
So
that's
we're gonna
what
say
this World Cup
Argentina.
was.
So we're gonna say Spain, Argentina, and then you have Germany, Brazil, Mexico.
I mean, okay, so Mexico is gonna be able to. You're being able to tell as soon as we
Mexico
play.
always
as soon as
plays
we play
well.
Germany.
They
As soon as
always
we play
play well.
Germany. As soon as we play Germany, you'll be able to tell if we'll be able to even make it to the quarterfinals. Fun fact: Mexico has never made it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Never. In like God knows how many years.
But they make it out of the group stage
every year. Every time the World Cup comes. So like I would probably pick Germany over Brazil again because
man, they're gonna have to play them again. That's gonna have to work.
I don't know. It'll probably end up in the semifinals. I think if they have to play each other. But yeah.
And then you have these two groups where you have Belgium, England, and Colombia.
Kind of the three powerhouses.
And you also have Senegal, who I don't really know much about, but you said something about them. I would probably put Belgium.
That would be probably the right group.
So we're gonna say Spain, Argentina, Germany,
Belgium. Kind of like a four best.
All right. What would be? Here's a question.
That's
I
crazy.
have. Let's see. Merkin is like Spain, Germany, Argentina, and Belgium.
Hey,
Is that the four
perfect way to say it. Yeah, it's perfect way to say it.
He said it before you guys finished.
Nice.
What would be the dream matchup? Would it be Messi's team versus? Would it be Portugal? Is it Portugal versus Argentina?
You're never going to see that. You're never going to see that. But would that be if that
would be a great matchup?
Would that be the dream? Would that be the two that all the television stations, soccer in general, would love to have?
So you're asking what would blow up the TVs?
In my heart, it wouldn't, because it's not a real rivalry between the two countries, just necessarily the two players.
Yeah.
Portugal, unfortunately, won't have the strength, the players to be able to make it that far to play against Argentina like that. But
yeah,
I think a bigger one is Argentina-Brazil in a final. Argentina and Brazil go back so long, like
Argentina and Brazil. You said.
From when the hand was that against Brazil?
The hand of God with Maradona might have been against Brazil. That was like
the hand of God.
John says that would be the headline, the best game for TV. It would keep American fans into it too. Yeah, that's the one, like you said, Messi versus Ronaldo.
I think if you
and then this country too.
In this country,
people would love it.
Greg Bryant, yes, you're late for the NBA conversations. Go watch the beginning of the show. There's a lot of heated conversations.
Watch it when I post it either on Tuesday or
and then watch it again when he posts it on YouTube. Go to YouTube and follow our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and obviously on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of conversation about LeBron. Where is he going? You love those conversations. Just go back and watch it again and hit the share button, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're into the World Cup conversation.
Enjoy the World Cup. It's going to be a great time.
World Cup starts this week, the biggest sporting event in the world, even above the Super Bowl. So, what else do we need to talk about this World Cup? Anything that's would be super interesting?
A lot of people think that you should really look out if you're going to watch the World Cup. You want to learn a little bit about soccer, or you know what this event is about. Watch Egypt. People were saying Mohamed Salah is one of the biggest players. Egypt. He's an Egyptian player. He's an attacking player. Scores a lot of goals. And last season, I picked him as the best player in the overall.
Really?
Better than Ronaldo and Messi last season.
Wow.
He might beat out Ronaldo and Messi for the
Golden Boot,
Ballon d'Or, which is like the Player of the Year. Player of the Year. Golden Boot's most goals.
Yeah, most goals.
That's what John Merkel
Ballon d'Or is
Here's
the
this
best.
question: who will get that?
The Ballon d'Or.
The Golden Boot.
Oh, in the World Cup. I mean, you can throw it to. I want to say Messi because, like I said, I think he's going to score 10 goals.
He likes Messi. So the other question he had was
Salah was hurt. He did get hurt, but he'll be back.
We know what the question that I asked. What would be the sexy matchup? But he's saying what would be the likely final matchup? Who would be the final two most likely?
I mean, we could say Brazil. You could say Argentina. You could say that could be the final matchup. That's not like a just out there prediction. You could obviously go with Argentina, Germany. Again, from last year, you can go France, Germany, France, Brazil, Spain, Germany, Spain, Brazil.
I've seen a lot of Germany, Brazil in the finals. Germany versus Brazil in the finals.
Germany, Brazil.
Which
John also says that guy hurt from Egypt.
He was hurt. He got hurt in his last club match, which was the Champions League final. He dislocated his shoulder.
Wow.
But what they're saying is they are saying that he's going to be back for the World Cup. At least the last two games. They don't know if he'll be back for his first game in group stage. So we'll see. But yes, that guy is a tank. I'm telling you guys, if you want to watch somebody, watch that guy because he is amazing. The way he
John.
plays, the way he scores goals, it's unbelievable.
He likes Germany and Argentina part 2.
That would be crazy.
That would be good.
It's not like it was a bad game.
Me, I'm gonna wait 4 years just to see the same 2 teams play, and I don't want to see it. So I want to see Brazil or Argentina or.
You want to see something different?
Or you see something.
You want to see Germany get knocked out before the final.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I want to see Germany lose to Mexico.
You don't want those Nazis to win.
I want to see Germany lose 1-0 to Mexico, and that would just make my life.
Mexico beats Germany.
This is going to be the biggest pullout they probably have ever had in the World Cup, because this is probably one of Germany's strongest teams that they've ever had.
Yeah, they're always good. So,
Well, anything else to discuss?
The most important thing is just enjoy it, because
How about-
unlike every other sport, it comes around every 4 years.
What's your prediction? Let's talk prediction before it starts. Again, you already talked Final Four.
right.
Who would be your Final 2, and then who's going to win?
So I want.
He says, "Keep dreaming." Germany owns Mexico.
yeah.
We know that, but
I know.
he's just hoping.
You don't
for
have
an
to
upset.
type it in the chat. I know. No comments on YouTube. I know it in my mind. I'm just hopeful. So basically, a lot of people have seen Egypt, and they're like, Mohamed Salah, he's the king of Egypt. And I think in that group stage, Russia being eliminated in the group stage, not even making it out of the round, for the host country to not make it out is huge. And I think it's going to happen. I think Egypt and Uruguay are going to go through. Russia and Saudi Arabia not going to go through. And that's going to be a big upset in the entire tournament.
So this again, we know who you said Final Four. Who's left in the final game? Is it what he says? Argentina, Germany, part 2. What's your prediction? Or what's your prediction? Final 2, and then the winner.
I'll say France, Brazil.
France, Brazil, and the winner this year is
France.
France for Joe.
I'm going to say probably Argentina, Brazil, and Argentina's the winners.
That would be great to see.
Team Messi.
I like that.
That'd be
I'm
great to see.
gonna now. I don't know a whole lot.
Spain
I know
versus
this.
Argentina.
I was thinking Spain and Argentina, but they would knock each other out before the finals. Is that how it works?
I don't.
No, they might not. It all depends, if Portugal beats Spain, then Spain's second in the group or something like that. It all depends on who
Yeah.
finishes first and second.
So just say
they could play each other.
Spain wins it all over Argentina.
Wow.
That's big. I agree with him. I think Spain is a massive team, but I don't think Argentina is worse. if that makes sense. Argentina's
Yeah.
going to win if they go up against Spain.
All right. Well, that's our World Cup 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia starting this week.
Thursday,
Our conversation
11 a.m.
about soccer,
Eastern time.
football. No Italy, no U.S., no Netherlands.
Please watch. Just because the U.S. isn't in it, please watch.
But
It's
watch
amazing.
anyways. Pick another team. Pick Mexico.
Pick Mexico.
And we'll be back
They're
with you next
our
week talking
brothers.
about it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it next week.
All summer long.
I like Spain. There's some Mexican over there in his blood, so there's a little bit of favoritism going on with that. John, thanks for tuning in and joining, and didn't know you had that soccer knowledge.
That's what's good about the
Glad you
World Cup
enjoyed it.
is that it will hold us over until the NBA starts again.
And we'll have more to say about MLB next week. A little bit maybe more about LeBron if we get some news. We're going to give LeBron give him a call, see if he would, tell us a
I'll
little
call
bit
him
of
up.
something. We'll call him up. But again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the show again. Appreciate the love. Eric, thanks for being late. Tune in.
Same thing happened last time where he tuned in at the very end.
Man, we're about to say goodbye, Eric and Gerald, and you guys tune in, but that's okay. Nice shirt, Joe. Just watch the rewind. This is about to go on. You can watch from the beginning. There was some heated discussion about the NBA, LeBron, and what's going to happen. His hairline. No, I'm sorry, not that one.
His hairline.
Greg Bryant, Team LeBron. Hey,
Tune in when I post the video on Tuesday or Wednesday.
We're about to post it up Tuesday or Wednesday.
Maybe Monday. If
YouTube. Check us
edit
out.
very fast.
Check us out on YouTube. Check
If
us
I
out.
edit very fast, I'll post it tomorrow.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram. Instagram, we have a lot of fun with it.
Instagram's really good.
Family
Love the
chats.
Instagram.
Appreciate, love you guys. Thanks for being a part. We'll catch up with you guys next week. Have a fantastic week. With myself, Giovanni, special guest Daniel. Thank you very
Good to
much.
be here.
Love you guys. Pray for an awesome week. See you guys.
Thank you, everybody. YouTube, if you're still here, if you've made it through the whole video, we really appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Give us a like if you really like the channel. Anything else from the boys?
Tune in, man. Appreciate the love. Share it with your friends and family. Leave comments. Be a part of the show.
Who do you think's gonna win the World Cup?
Who do you think's gonna win the World Cup?
Where will LeBron go? Comment below. Honestly.
And what is this? Oh, I don't know.
100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check.